Are you ready for the untold truth about America's so-called Golden Age? The one dripping in diamonds, yet built on silence? The late 1800s and early 1900s in the U.S. were a wild paradox. On the surface, white America dazzled with millionaires, mansions, and modern inventions. But underneath? Immigrants packed into tenements, workers battled brutal conditions, and black history was shoved into the shadows. That silence is exactly what Arturo Alfonso Schomburg, better known as the Black Sherlock Holmes, set out to fight. During the Gilded Age, steel barons and oil kings like Carnegie and Rockefeller were hailed as American heroes. Their riches were so outrageous that Mark Twain had to give the era a nickname, the Gilded Age, because beneath the glitter was rot. Strikes, child labor, and families barely scraping by painted a much darker picture. Yet, mainstream white America only spotlighted the brilliance of its industrial giants, leaving the achievements of black Americans buried. That's where Schomburg came in. He made it his life's work to collect and preserve the stories white society ignored. And then came the immigration wave. 20 million new arrivals from Southern and Eastern Europe between 1880 and 1920. Italians, Poles, Jews, and Irish reshaped cities, but white America asked, are they really American? Nativist groups wanted to slam the door shut, even as African Americans were left out of the conversation entirely. Meanwhile, Jim Crow segregation and racial violence tore through black communities while white reformers, busy with women's suffrage and labor rights, largely looked the other way. Here's the contradiction. White America fought for progress, but not equality. The same country that celebrated Upton Sinclair's expose of meatpacking horrors and Jane Addams's work for immigrants also turned a blind eye to lynchings and the rise of the Klan. It was progress wrapped in prejudice. And while Fitzgerald and Hemingway were redefining American literature, Schomburg was quietly building a library of black history that would outlast them all. He understood something white America refused to see. There is no American story without black achievement. By the time the Great Depression hit, fortunes collapsed. White America questioned everything it thought it knew, and Schomburg's archive at the New York Public Library finally began to get the recognition it deserved. His mission was clear, to prove that black voices were not just part of history, they were history. So here's the takeaway. White America in Schomburg's era was wealthy, ambitious, and reform-minded, but also blind to its own contradictions. Schomburg's work reminds us that history isn't complete until every voice is heard. Want to know how Schomburg's legacy shaped the Harlem Renaissance and beyond? Watch the next video right here.